will and should inspire our children to see a future better than our own. We'll inspire the American electorate to see that mayors are offering real and sustainable solutions. We will inspire a generation into public service, and I hope we will inspire each other. I share personally that I truly have been so inspired by so many of you in this room.
El Paso is much more than just the headlines and the breaking news alerts on immigration issues. We've also learned from Mayor Margo that El Paso and Juarez share much more than just a common border. We've learned about the economic development, the trade, the jobs, and really the family connections that know no borders between these two communities. As we continue to appeal to Congress and the administration, as we have for many, many years, we will continue to ask that they enact the comprehensive immigration legislation that, in the face of what we see on our border today, is so desperately needed. But all across this spectrum, we can help each other get started, help each other improve, and help each other create the voice of youth in our community. This feeling of community, this acceptance of no matter who you are, no matter where you came from, what we care about is what's inside and who you are and what ideas you bring to our conversation. And so every mayor should experience this because there are so many things, so many practical takeaways.
More than 200 other mayors joined you, urging Congress to pass some gun control legislation immediately.
We think, as mayors, certainly the United States Conference of Mayors and mayors in general have been leaders in this space for a long time. And I think mayors are tired of seeing these things happen in their cities.
For mayors, this crisis is personal, and no community should have to live in fear of gun violence. And mayors, as we are today, are coming together here in Washington and across the country to tell this city and the leadership here that enough is enough, and we want to work together on a solution. Really, cities are the incubators of innovation, and Columbus is just one example of some of the transformational work that's taking place in America's cities, and it shouldn't be a surprise that mayors are at the forefront of those discussions.
It's interesting that the conference comes back to Southeast Michigan because this is where it all started. 87 years ago, our forefathers gathered from across the country in the city of Detroit, and it was the birth of the U.S. Conference of Mayors. I'm proud of this organization, proud of the mayors that I stand with, and proud that you won't hear a lot of partisanship here. Beautiful bipartisanship is on the endangered species list in America, and generally now only found in America's city halls. Well, we must protect it, we must embrace it, and we must pass it on. And we must never lose our high ground. 2 days ago, we unveiled our Mayor's Vision for America, our 2020 call to action. We must keep pushing our federal colleagues to move from aspirational rhetoric to truly achievable results. Time is of the essence. America and the world is watching, Iowa. As John F. Kennedy stated, if not us, who? If not now, when? Well, mayors have been answering that call, and now we look to our leadership in Washington to do the same. America's mayors are constantly getting it done. And that's what this is all about. Despite the negativity that's happening around us, we are moving ahead, addressing the issues that matter most to the American people and getting real work done at home.
Now I find myself as president of the Conference of Mayors during an unprecedented time in America's history.
The coronavirus presents a public health emergency in the United States.
This virus doesn't discriminate. It attacks everyone.
People should be concerned, and leaders across this country should be taking urgent action.
My message today is straightforward and urgent. American cities are still being devastated by this pandemic, and it is imperative that Congress and the administration take swift and aggressive action. Mayors everywhere are leading the local efforts to defeat the virus. It's not a blue city or a red city issue, and there's no part of America or within your home districts that have not been significantly impacted, because the road to recovery runs straight through America's cities. We have to approach this from a nonpartisan perspective that all of us are Americans and desire to see our communities succeed, our small businesses succeed, and our communities stay healthy is critically important. Cities can't do this without federal partners. And so that's why you see mayors from across the country on this panel pleading with you, all from different, political backgrounds, but all really professing a love for their communities and a desire to see them succeed.
This feeling of community, this acceptance of no matter who you are, no matter where you came from, what we care about is what's inside and who you are and what ideas you bring to our conversation.
I feel uniquely prepared because of the relationships I have and the network I have of other mayors to help me get through situations like this. I couldn't be more proud to be a mayor and couldn't be more proud to be president of a conference that recognizes its role in a crisis.
I'm proud of this organization, proud of the mayors that I stand with, and proud that you won't hear a lot of partisanship here. What you'll hear is folks focused on how to get things done. It remains my highest privilege to represent all of you as president of this family. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless the Conference of Mayors. Thank you.